Well, welcome everybody back here, Day 3 Automate Live. It's an amazing show here in Detroit, Michigan. And we're going to continue to have conversations on the technology solutions and products that are changing the industry. Join us today is a 50-year-old Swiss company. We have FISSO, and of course we have Daniel Call. Daniel, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Good to be here.
It's great to have you here. Of course, we are hosts. I have Allie G from Automation Ladies. I'm Jake Hall, the Manufacturing Millennial. So to dive in a little bit, we have a 50-year-old Swiss company. How did you guys get started? What is your bread and butter? And then we'll dive more into what you're showcasing today.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we're the originators of the articulating arm. It's an arm with 3 joints controlled by a central knob. And we were created by a Swiss mechanic who hated having to hold, his own metrology device. So he needed a third hand. So he made a third hand in this articulating arm. Since then, we've expanded into all different types of industries because we can pretty much hold any measuring device. So cameras, sensors, lasers, and we also went into medical. For example, neurosurgeons and other types of surgery, they have instruments and they need those instruments to be held very stable with a lot of stability. So that's our story thus far.
So when you look at that sensor, the product that's holding sensors and cameras, why does it matter so much? I think of immediately lab applications, being able to go out there and people who are constantly moving products around to make sure they have the camera, the lighting set up just right. What are some of the main applications that you see this being used in?
Yeah, so we wanted to produce a product that was simple and flexible and stable and rigid. Yeah. So we're kind of the best of both worlds. There are a lot of products out there that require a lot of different wing nuts and or other types of fastening to secure it. With ours, you can just release the knob and it moves on 6 axes. And then once you clamp it, it's secure. So in situations where you need to find the right angle, for example, or you need to, constantly move the measuring device. This is where this product really shines.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We were playing with it outside this booth, and I had some integrator friends that were looking at it, and I think Bradley brought up that you could use it for soldering. So if you're doing like lab stuff in your own like workshop.
Yeah.
There's definitely I as an integrator myself, I definitely recommend at least trying to play with that thing. But did they come in different sizes?
Yeah, and you picked it up really quickly, by the way. Yes, it comes in different sizes, and that's another strength of our product line is we have a very broad portfolio of bases for mounting. We have magnetic and suction. We make this square mounting clamp, which is pretty universal for the extruded aluminum columns. And, anything with a threaded female screw you can mount on there. And we make every type of clamp. So we make every type of base and every type of clamp. And we actually have one specially designed. It's got it's like a rubber clip for PC boards for soldering. So that's an example of the breadth of our usability.
I remember back when I started in the industry, I was working in automation distribution. We sold Banner, Data Logic, a bunch of different photo eyes, sensors, camera systems. I had to haul around this massive Bogan arm,
right?
The big guy. And when I look at, if you want to go out there and test a sensor, saying, hey, we have a sensor here, I have a camera, which we have actually mounted on here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to be able to go out and say, hey, I'm looking at this product. Can I detect black felt on a black part? I can move my lighting around. I can move my camera around and easily determine what's the best angle. So you can say, hey, what lens do I need?
Yeah.
What type of lighting do I need? Do I need an on-axis, a diffuse light? Being able to have that flexibility is really what a lot of manufacturers are always looking for to be able to prove out their testing and figure out what's the best solution.
Yeah, that's a great example of a use case I actually have. So we put this entire assembly into a plastic handheld box. Okay. For technicians that are going out in the field and they don't know what to expect. They don't know what environment they're going into. So they're able to use the multitude of bases and different types of clamps and mounts. And again, it's very easy and quick for them to maneuver this thing until they can find the right angle. It's also useful when multiple arms are needed. Yeah. So one of our biggest applications is actually, it's a glass inspector. It's a glass quality inspector. So they have to have multiple cameras from different angles because of the, photo elements of glass. So this is perfect for them because they can mount 3 or 4 around them, move them all. They can't knock into each other. And so the geometry becomes really important.
So when you look at being here in Detroit, Automate 2025, the largest Automate they've ever had. There's a lot of technology. There's a lot of innovation. What are you most excited about seeing it, and what really excites you about this industry moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we're bringing mechanical back. This is a whole, there's a lot of electronics, a lot of robotics. This is a completely mechanical arm. And it comes from the area in Zurich, in Switzerland, where most of the watches are made. So this is a tradition of precision that, I really feel, being around here the last couple of days, there's a renaissance of precision and quality coming back to the U.S. manufacturing industry. So
absolutely,
I think that, we're really looking to complement that and partner with people.
I'm looking at this thing, and I think you could definitely mount a piece of DIN rail on here and use these in panel shops to actually ergonomically place the PLC or whatever you're wiring in a position that isn't, because traditionally you have them a flat panel and you're putting mounting everything to DIN rail, and that would be really nice just to because I do a lot of PLC content, and I kind of think even panel shops need to be using these.
Well, and that's what I'll say about Automate. Obviously, we haven't figured out every application for this thing.
Yeah.
So the collaboration here and the network of all different companies. LEG just came up with a whole new idea. We'll pay you a nice commission and maybe a licensing deal, but
I'll take it.
Yeah. So this is a great place to walk around and network and learn new applications for our product. So it's been fantastic.
So stock, what does that look like? Being able to go out there, is there a configurator? If people wanted to buy the product, how they go about going ahead and getting that from you guys?
Yeah. Thanks. So actually, we just opened a USA branch.
Okay.
Traditionally, we were, importing through Switzerland through different distributors or different OEM companies. And that's actually another feature of our company, is that we partner and we're able to OEM, so we can make this any color and put their label on it if they're selling an entire automation system. But this January, we opened our FISSO USA branch. And so products are in stock in the U.S. The prices are in American dollars. The customs are already paid, and the transcontinental shipping costs are already paid. So we're looking to open distributors and expand our customer base here.
So that's the thing your company is looking for. You're looking for distribution partners in the U.S. for this product.
Yeah, absolutely. They help us with what LEG was just describing. They can find new applications because they know their customers very well.
Awesome.
Can you get these in other colors, or is that the standard FISSO color?
Yeah, so great question. We actually made it in black because a lot of the companies that are producing automation systems, they want the draw to be their product. And red or blue is a very striking color.
Sure.
So we made it in a flat black. It also comes in stainless steel.
Ooh.
Another dimension of our product line is these things are made to last a long time and withstand very abrasive environments.
Yeah.
So the stainless steel can last a long time in environments with salt or high toxicity or acids, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
What's the biggest one in terms of reach, I guess?
Yeah, the longest one is probably double the size of this.
Okay.
500. It's in
weight
millimeters.
as well. What about weight? What can you put on the end of it?
I mean, the biggest one can hold up to 22 pounds. So
Okay.
they're very strong.
Yeah.
I mean, for a little camera like this, the capacity is way more than it needs to be. But you need to have that mass and that strength because, ideally, this is on a moving automation line. So, you need it to be stable.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it's mounted to a very solid steel table or assembly line, you need to have the mass there to counter the vibration. So
when you look at your favorite application that you've seen so far, where companies have been able to use your product, deploy it in the field, use it for a lab, what's the fun thing that you look back and say, that's a clever way they've used the FISSO products?
Yeah, my favorite one would just have to be the glass inspection. Okay. Because, there's so much more than just the physical geometry of it. It's like the photography side of it, where it's visual also because they're, detecting the imperfections of the glass, and that stuff is moving fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they've got 4 or 5 cameras set up. So it's very sophisticated. And yeah, it was amazing to see. I'm actually new to industrial. I was in medtech for 20 years. So I'm sort of, in awe of all this stuff. I'm a little dizzy. But it's cool. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's a lot farther than I think the public is aware of. And it's been shocking to be here.
There's a lot of things happening at the Automate Show, but if people want to come and see you at the Automate Show, what booth number are you guys at?
We're booth number 9118.
9118. Perfect.
Yeah. Also, you can go to FISSO.com.
That was my next question. How do they, if they can't come to the show, they're watching this online right now, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can go to FISSO.com. We've also got a toll-free 800 number, 800-208-6440. We're in Laguna Niguel, California.
Awesome.
And call us anytime.
Well, I really appreciate it. That's going to wrap up our conversation with FISSO here this morning. Daniel Call, really appreciate it. Thanks so much for taking some time to showcase your product and what you're doing in this space.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, both of you. Appreciate it.
Of course, my co-host, Ali G from Automation Ladies as well. I'm Jake Hall, the Manufacturing Millennial. We'll see you guys next time.